Hey signers, have you ever wondered what it would be like if you couldn't see and hear? Today we're going to learn about an amazing person named Helen Keller. She couldn't see or hear, but that didn't keep her from doing incredible things. Now let's learn about Helen Keller. Helen was born in 1880 in a town called Tuscumbia, Alabama. She was a happy, healthy baby who could see and hear, just like many of you. She loved to play outside, laugh with her family, and explore the world around her. But when Helen was only 19 months old, she became very sick with a high fever. The illness left her unable to see or hear. Suddenly, her world became dark and silent. Imagine not being able to hear or see. Helen couldn't understand what was happening around her, and she often felt scared and alone. She couldn't communicate with others, so she would often throw tantrums out of frustration. As Helen grew older, her family didn't know how to help her. She would touch people's mouths to try to feel what they were saying, but it was very difficult. When Helen was 6 years old, her parents decided to find someone who would teach her. That's when a wonderful teacher named Anne Sullivan came into her life. Anne had trouble with her own eyesight when she was younger, so she understood some of what Helen was feeling. At first, it was very hard. Helen didn't know what Anne was trying to teach her. She would get frustrated and sometimes even angry. One time, Helen locked Anne in her room and hid the key as a prank. Anne was patient and determined to help Helen learn. She began spelling words into Helen's hand, like doll, when giving her a doll to hold. But Helen didn't understand that the signs stood for the objects. Then one wonderful day at the water pump, everything changed. Anne placed Helen's hand under running water and spelled water into her hand. Suddenly, Helen realized that the cool liquid flowing over her hand was water. Helen became excited and wanted to know the names of everything around her. She tugged at Anne's dress, asking her for more words. By the end of that day, Helen had learned 30 new words. From that day on, Helen was eager to learn. She learned new words every day and taught her how to read by giving her books with raised letters that she could feel with her fingers. Helen learned to write by using a special typewriter called a Braille typewriter. She even learned to speak by feeling the vibrations of Anne's throat and the movement of her mouth and copying those movements. One time, Helen was invited to meet the famous inventor, Alexander Graham Bell, who had helped her parents find Anne Sullivan. She was so excited to meet him. Helen loved animals too. She had a beloved dog named Belle and enjoyed learning about different creatures by feeling them and asking Anne their names. Helen didn't stop there. She was so determined that she went to college at Radcliffe College, becoming the first deaf-blind person to earn a Bachelor's of Arts degree. While in college, Helen wrote her first book, The Story of My Life, sharing her experiences with the world. This is why we know so much about Helen Keller. And this even inspired the movie, The Miracle Worker. She became a famous author and speaker, traveling to many countries to inspire others. She worked to make life better for people with disabilities. She helped raise money and awareness for schools and programs that taught blind and deaf people. Helen met many important people, including presidents and famous writers. She even traveled to 35 countries, spreading the message of hope and courage. Helen's story inspires people even today. She taught us about bravery, determination, and the joy of learning. So next time you face something difficult, remember Helen Keller. She couldn't see or hear, but she didn't let that stop her from reaching her dreams. Who knows what incredible things you might achieve. If you enjoyed this and would like us to make other videos featuring famous deaf people, let us know in the comments. And until next time, keep learning how to sign.